When you've completed your video with all of the images and the audio and all the timing and Photoshop images at the beginning as well as your credits at the end. And by the way, for your credits, you should credit where you got your music from and where you got your pictures from. Very important that you give credit to those if you can. Anyway, the last step is to build our slideshow. Now, before you do any of this, of course, it's a great idea for you to save your project. So let's save it as our DuPont slideshow or whatever your particular name is. And now we'll click on Build Slideshow. Now, when you do Build Slideshow, you have the ability to save out or render a lot of different file formats, which is kind of cool. You can do Windows PC files, and these are AVIs, WMVs, ASFs, and MPEGs. The DVD will actually export this for DVD. You can do CD, which will actually want to burn your CD, and this does all these different formats: AVI, WMV, ASF, MPEG, 3GP, MP4, all different formats. You can do Mac, and this wants to save it as MOV or MP4. Mobile phone even will save out as a 3GP. And then other media, this will even allow me to save out an ISO, which is a CD image, for a Blu-ray disc, which is really quite amazing. And a Blu-ray disc can be as high resolution as 1920 by 1080, and you don't need to type this in, but you'll see that it can go really high resolution wise. We're going to go back to the Mac format, and we're going to choose MP4 as our format, because this is a really nice format that works both on the Mac and PC. The next thing we're going to do is make sure our resolution is set to 640 by 480, which is large enough to be able to be pretty decent quality. When it comes to frame rate, we've got a lot of different frame rates we can use. 15 is not such a bad frame rate, although 30 is probably going to give us the best results. The next thing we want to do is figure out where we're going to save this. Well, click on Browse, go to the desktop, and I'm going to save this in the same folder with all of my other files. Now, it's not a bad idea to have your images and your MP3s in a subfolder, which is like Assets folder, and then put your main slideshow file as well as your Photoshop graphics and your output files in a subfolder or in a folder outside of those. But right now I have everything in the same folder. Anyway, I'm going to call this DuPont slideshow.mp4, hit on Save, and now we'll click on Build Slideshow. Now this is going through the process of rendering this video, and you'll see it tells me which where in that particular file I'm at. So far it's done 14 seconds of that, and you'll see my file goes to around 30 seconds. So that's letting me know exactly where it is in the rendering process. When it's done, you'll see that this particular image will disappear, and if I go back to that folder, I'll find that file. Now I'm going to open up that file with QuickTime, and here's the file that we rendered.
Hello, this is Daniel Haywood, and I'm here to tell you all about the great hiking trails at Mount Mitchell State Park. Located about 30 to 45 minutes northeast of Asheville, North.
And so that's my finished video. You'll see it's about 3 megs for the 30 seconds, and that's not too bad. It means that your file might be a lot larger, and we might look at ways that we can convert this to a higher resolution file or a higher quality file and then reconvert it to a lower quality file afterwards. And we generally get better results if we go through that process in a separate application. But that's a great introduction to how to use this PhotoStage software and create a very usable Ken Burns effect video. If you have any questions, let me know, and I think that's it. Thanks.